one crucial question which is asked in 90% of system design interview. And this question lays the foundation of all the system design. And this question is, what happens when we hit google.com? So it's a very interesting thing to understand. So we will start it step by step, and we will lay the foundation in a very strong way and in an interactive way. We are just not going to hit all the things and all the technologies at once. First, we will understand the scenario one by one. So here, what I have is this user. Okay, so I have this user, and this user is using some, let's say, mobile. So it is the mobile which user have, and user is going to use the, okay, let me just go back to the marker. Okay, fine. So user is using the mobile, and the user typed google.com. So what happens actually? So let's understand, it is a one device. It is a device. Okay, it is a device, and to reach to google.com, there should be one server or one machine where this Google okay, where this, okay, is it going extra? This google.com is running. So this google.com is running on one server or one machine, and this user who is trying to search the google.com. So how it works? It usually work over the internet. Okay. So here comes the internet. So when you are connected to internet and you open your phone or any laptop and you search google.com, and this internet connects you to the machine where this google.com is running. This google.com is what? This google.com is nothing but your application. What is this? It is a web application. Okay, so this web application is running on one machine, and its address is google.com. So over the internet, when you try to search the google.com, it directly go to that machine and it fetch, okay, this application is running in this server, and you are able to uh, access it because of the internet. But how this internet work? Okay, so let's suppose this internet is nothing, just a guy. Okay, so here is our guy, and let's call him internet. Oh, what happened? Okay, okay, so this guy is the internet. Okay, let me just drag it a bit so that we can focus on something on which we are working. Okay, so here it is. Fine. Okay, so again, come back to pen. Okay, so here it is, this internet. Let's assume this internet is a guy. And if, let's assume if you are a guy and you want to deliver something, let's say you are a delivery guy. And if you want to deliver a parcel from one place to another place, what you need an address. Address from where you are picking the parcel, and the address from to where you are delivering the password. So this internet guy only knows the address as IP. Okay. So every device have one address, and that address is IP. So your mobile, okay, let me just put it here. You okay, what so your device have one IP, and the web server where this google.com is running, that also have one IP. But how your mobile knows the IP of the machine where this google.com is running? It is a bit interesting thing. So what happened is, your device have some inbuilt data which you even don't know. Okay, so let's say you have the browser. Okay, we are assuming, okay, here it is the mobile, but it can be your, let's say, uh, laptop also. Okay, like your laptop or your desktop, anything it can be. So first of all, what it will do, it will go and check the browser inside the cache. Do we have the IP with the name of google.com? Okay, so first thing, it will search the browser. It will check your mobile phone, your laptop, or whatever the browser you are using to search the google.com. It will check in its cache that do I have the IP of this google.com or not. Okay, so let's say you have just totally new browser and you don't have, like, you are using it as a new. So it might be possible that you don't have any cache, and inside that cache there are no IP. So so the first check is crossed. Okay, we don't have this google.com's IP. Now what next? Your if the browser is not supporting it, then we will go for the next step, and that is, okay, let me just where is the hand? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's come to the pen here. Okay, so browser we don't have, then it will check the OS cache. Yes, correct. It will check the OS cache as well. When you don't know about it, but your OS, your operating system, your phone, your laptop also store the IP addresses as well. Yeah, it's interesting. So your OS also contains some cache. It can be your Windows machine, it can be your Apple machine, or sorry, laptop, or it can be your phone, but all these hardware also store the cache. So, first of all, your browser didn't get the IP from its cache, then it will ask the OS, hey, do you know this address? Do you have any IP which can navigate me to the google.com? Okay, and then OS cache will say, no, I'm new to it. I don't know. I don't have the IP. Okay, so now what? I have two things, but they both don't have any IP related to this web address, this google.com. Now what? Okay, so what this device will do, okay, so this internet, let's come back and create one more structure of it. So it will be more clear. Okay, so here it is. And here is the user. And it might be possible that you are using some Wi-Fi, or you are using directly this internet through the SIM. What I mean by the SIM is some internet service provider. It might be your telecom company from whom you purchased your SIM and inserted in your telephone or your mobile phone, and you are using it for calling operation. So it might be possible that you are using any Wi-Fi or some network related services. Okay. So here I'm assuming that, okay, I have the Wi-Fi. So here's the user. User is connected to the Wi-Fi, and this Wi-Fi also, like when you are purchasing a Wi-Fi, so this Wi-Fi purchase is nothing. It is not like you are just purchasing a hardware. You are actually buying a service from some internet service provider. So there is one internet service provider which is called as ISP. So this Wi-Fi is connected to the ISP, and you are connected to the Wi-Fi. So this internet service provider can be your telecom company, or any internet provider. Okay. So here I have this user. User is using Wi-Fi, and this Wi-Fi is connected to some internet service provider, or it might be possible that you are directly connected to the internet service provider because of your phone. Okay. So here I have these three things. Currently, this user have this OS or phone. OS is your operating system. Phone is just a phone. So this OS and this user is connected through browser, because you are using this browser to search the google.com. So first of all, we searched the cache of browser. We didn't find the IP. Then we went to the OS. Then also we didn't find the IP. Then what this user will do, because so there is one system. What is that? It is called as DNS resolver. This DNS resolver is running at your end for the browser. This DNS resolver will go to your Wi-Fi, and it will ask the Wi-Fi, are you containing any kind of mapping? Okay, let me just change the pen. Any DNS IP mapping? Are you contain any kind of mapping? Because it might be possible that for some Wi-Fi they contains it, for some Wi-Fi they do not. So it might be possible that your Wi-Fi is also containing the DNS IP. And why it goes to Wi-Fi? Because this Wi-Fi is connected to multiple devices. It is not just only connected to you. It might be possible that two or other your family members or your friends are using the same Wi-Fi, and they have already accessed this google.com at their browser or their system at anywhere. So it might be possible that this Wi-Fi is containing some kind of table, this DNS IP mapping, and this DNS is nothing, just a domain name system. Okay, so it is a domain. Okay, let me just erase it. Okay, fine. Let's come back. It is a domain name system. This domain name system is the one which is google.com. Okay, so this DNS resolver will ask the Wi-Fi, do we have any kind of DNS IP mapping? If yes, then this DNS resolver will send the data from Wi-Fi to user's browser. But let's suppose this Wi-Fi do not have this kind of functionality where it can save this kind of mapping. So what it will do, this DNS resolver then go to the ISP, this internet service provider. This ISP is very big company. Okay, so let me just go a bit more now so that we can understand bit more thing. Okay, then in the final part we are going to create a one full structure. Okay, so here what I have is, okay, let me just come back here. Okay, so here is the user, and this user is relying on DNS resolver. This DNS resolver is the one who will fetch the IP for me. Okay, so this DNS resolver went to Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi, it didn't contain any kind of data. It might be possible that it have, but for our scenario, we are assuming that it do not have. So what this DNS server will do, it will go to the ISP, Internet Service Provider. This Internet Service Provider, again, as I told you, okay, just this Internet Service Provider is nothing, just a telecom company or internet provider, and this ISP is providing these services to thousands of customers, millions of customers. Okay, so when it reached to ISP have servers, cache servers. Okay, it have cache servers at geolocations. What I mean by the cache server at geolocation, okay, let me just okay, fine. Okay, eraser, and let me drag it a bit. Okay, so it is the cache server, and cache servers are at geolocations. Geolocations means it might be possible that your ISP is providing services to America, India, France. So what are these? These are the different countries, and it might be possible that your cache server are present at America also, India also, and France also. Because that is why only because of this ISP is able to provide its services. So what this DNS resolver will do, DNS resolver will go to the ISP, and for the ISP will provide the access to the cache server. Inside the cache server, what it contains the mapping. It contains the mapping. Mapping of what? IP and DNS. Let's suppose, sorry, let's suppose there are millions of users who are taking the service of this ISP. It might be possible that one user from all those million users have already searched the google.com, and if it's searched, then it means in its cache server you might find the entry. Okay, but we are assuming that no one ever searched the google.com, ever searched the google.com. So in that case, what will happen? So the cache server, this mapping of IP and DNS, it is also blank. So right now from the DNS, it went to Wi-Fi. No. it didn't get the IP of this google.com from your Wi-Fi, then it went to ISP, your internet service provider. In the internet service provider of that particular geolocation, it might be possible that I'm from India, so it will redirect me to the India server, and in that cache server, it might be possible that particular IP is missing for this google.com. Actually, this google.com is giant, so it is not possible. But let's say we are taking the example of google.com, but it might be possible that you are searching for a specific website which usually not known to many people. Okay, so we are taking that scenario. So in that geolocation, so in my India, I did like no one ever searched for that particular DNS. That is why in the ISP servers, this particular mapping is not present. So now what? Okay, let me go bit more down. Okay, so this user went to Wi-Fi, it didn't get. Then this DNS provider, sorry, this DNS resolver went to Wi-Fi, it didn't have that record. Then it went to ISP, it didn't have that record. This internet service provider. Then what this DNS resolver will do? It will go to the what it called TLD. TLD full form. Just let me check. Mm, okay, top level domain. Sorry, it is the top level domain. Now, what this top level domain means? So every time when you search some address, okay, so you have this google.com. As I'm from India, so I have this amazon.in. So if you see this com part, this in part, it is the top level domain. Okay, what it is? It is the top level domain. So right now, this DNS resolver will go to the top level domain, and this top level domain first it will what? It will filter. It will filter that is like it will check whether your address, your DNS address have this .com, .in, .edu, what it have. So in my case, I have this .com. So what this TLD will do? TLD will go to the servers where it have the record of all the where it have all record of all the domains. Okay, so it will go to a server like this. TLD is a top level domain, and it have servers which are serving in all over the world. Like it is a very big organization which is handling everything. So this it have a record of all domain. Okay, and what kind of record it have? Okay, so let's go a bit more down. Okay, we are going step by step, so that is why we need to draw so many figures. Okay, so here I have. Okay, let's come back. So for the TLD will go to fetch the records of the DNS. Okay, what I have searched this google.com, and what I am checking its IP. I don't know its IP. Because I don't know its IP, I am not able to reach the server where this google.com is running. Okay, so what this TLD will do, this top level domain, it will check whether it have this .com or any other let's say extension of your website. So I have the .com. So what it will do, it will contain the records. Okay, so this hosting website, let's say GoDaddy, is handling google.com. Okay, so this GoDaddy is handling google.com. So what it will do, it will go to the GoDaddy, it will fetch the AAA record. or A record. From the AAA record and A record, it will get the IP address. Now, it's a complete flow. So this TLD will contains the record like which domain hosting website have provided this google.com, okay? And from there, it will fetch its AAA records. And after getting this A record, it will able to identify what is the IP address of google.com. So right now, after these many steps, this DNS resolver, our hero, this DNS resolver was able to identify the IP address of a website which I am trying to access. Okay, now let's time to draw the big diagram. Okay, so what I will do, I will just put it down, and now we are going to create a one systematical structure. So in this way, we will be able to understand what it is. Okay, so okay, coming to the pen, fine. So here is my user. User is using your uh, let's say mobile slash laptop. Okay, and this mobile and laptop is using the browser. Sorry, user is using the browser through mobile or laptop. And there is this DNS resolver. There is this DNS resolver. Okay, so here is the one block. I'm very bad at drawing, but I'm trying to just navigate like what are the things which we have learned till now. Okay, so it is the user which is using the browser using the mobile and laptop, and what it search the google.com, and here is the google.com running on a web server. Okay, and it is connected over a internet, and it is connected over internet. Okay, so this internet guy, it only understand IP. Okay, I need IP. I need IP to transfer the request which you are trying to search in a Google or for a Google. Okay, I'm trying to search google.com. So it is my data packet which I am transferring over the internet. So this data packet should reach to the web server where this google.com is running. And for that data packet to reach that web server, I need the IP address. Okay, so this internet guy need the IP address. Fine. So first of all, this what comes to the picture comes in the sorry, what comes into the picture, that is the cache. What I need is cache. Cache will provide me the IP. Okay. So first of all, it will check for the mobile phone or laptop's IP, whether it have or not. Sorry, first of all, it will check the browser's IP. Okay, it didn't get it. Then it will check the mobiles or laptop or local cache. Do we have this IP? No, it didn't find it. Then what this DNS resolver will do? This DNS resolver will go to the ISP, sorry, first to the Wi-Fi and then to the ISP. Okay, first to the Wi-Fi and then to the ISP. This ISP is the internet service provider. This internet service provider have the cache servers at geolocation, and in those geolocation cache server, they store the mapping of the IP and DNS. This DNS nothing, just your google.com. It's a domain name server. Sorry, this domain name. Okay, I will clarify that. Wi-Fi and then to ISP. If it didn't get it from the ISP, then it will go to the TLD. It is the top level domain. This top level domain actually, uh, sorry, this top level domain actually asks from the authoritative authoritative DNS server. This authoritative DNS server are the one which handle all the records of .com, .in, .edu, and after getting it, it found that okay, GoDaddy is, I'm just taking the example, this GoDaddy is handling the google.com. So this google.com should be present inside its A records. This A records will provide me the IP, and this internet guy is now happy and it can transfer your data to the google.com. But at the TLD, it found the IP. So what it need is this DNS resolver will go back to the ISP, go back to your Wi-Fi, then go back to your browser. Then after the browser, it will go back to your mobile phone, and it will store a record of this IP at each step so that the next time if any other user try to access the google.com, they will be able to do it in more faster way. But these records are present for not for a long time. It is getting refreshed every time. So that is why these caches are there, because you need a current data, you need fresh data, and you need this data as soon as possible without reaching to the database where actually all the data is stored. That is why we need the cache server. So here is the complete flow. What happened when you hit the google.com. But there are so many things which we didn't handled, like how the request reached from my system to the web server. Like, is there any, okay, let me just, where is the hand? Okay, here it is, the hand. Okay. So, so there are so many things like data is, how data is reaching securely. Okay. So there is a one concern, how data is reaching securely. And as this google.com, like, is this google.com, how this google.com is able to handle billions of requests every second, like how many servers they have, how many cache servers they have, at what locations they are running, how they are handling this much of traffic. Like, there are so many questions which we need to understand, and for that only I will uh, recommend you to watch the next video as well. So now it's time for the question answer. Okay, so here I have, okay, fine, let me just the screen, display setting, duplicate swap presentation. Okay, fine. So these are the questions uh, which are created just only with this explanation. Why do we need the DNS? Walk me through the local caching hierarchy. So these all questions are there. I want you to stop the screen, read all these questions and try to create the answers. Okay. So just stop the screen and try to think the answer of these questions. Okay, so assume that you have already figured out that what these questions and what these answers are. I will explain you what these questions actually they are asking. I've already provided the complete answers into the description of this video, and I do not want you to learn or read. I do not want you to learn the bookish language, which I wrote in the description. I want you to learn it in a way that you can explain in your own words, because when you are giving the interview of system design, they are not looking for anything which is bookish or in the bookish language. All they want to know that you know the concepts or not. That's it. It might be possible they will frame the question in a very strategical in a very confusing way, but if you know how these things work, then you will be able to answer all the questions. Okay, so I will explain you all these 6 questions. You are welcome to go into the description to match your answer. That is why I'm not going to describe those answers here. I want you to write those answer at somewhere and then try to match those answers with the answers provided in the video description. Okay, so why do we need DNS when navigating to the website like google.com? Okay, so we have provided a very big role of this DNS. Why do we need it? It's a simple question. There's not much to explain. Walk me through the local caching hierarchy a browser uses before making an external network request for DNS. It means it is asking that, okay, we thought about this. Sorry, I explained you about how this browser check the cache. Like first it will go for the browser cache, then it will go for the OS cache, then it will go for the ISP or Wi-Fi. So that's the external call. And the browser where it sits, it means at your OS, at your laptop, at your phone. There it is asking. Okay, I have already provided you the answer. If the IP address is not found in your local cache, what component handles the query next? I guess you know who will. Uh, Simple as ISP. Assume the recursive DNS resolver also experience a cache miss. Describe the recursive resolution process. It means it is asking like what are the stages where it is checking for the IP, for the cache, like for it is for the mapping. Okay, so we went through from our OS to TLD. So it is a complete flow. Okay, so what exactly does the authoritative DNS server return, and what happens to the data on its way back to the client? It's an interesting question. I have already explained you, but try to read the answer or try to answer it by yourself. How do VPN or DNS over HTTPS affect the standard DNS resolution routing? Okay, it is something which I didn't teach you. That's why I will give you the answer of it. So what happen is when you are working on a secured network, let's say you are working inside your company and it is possible that the website which you are trying to access from your home internet machine, you're not able to access that, but from your office or from your office network, you are able to access that website. How it is possible? Or how some websites are only accessible to the VPN only. So it comes like, okay, let me go back here again. Where is this? Here. Okay. So here it is. What happened here is, okay, so here is the user. Okay. So this user is sitting inside the VPN. Okay. It's a virtual private network. What is this? Virtual private network. Okay. So the user is sitting inside the virtual private network. Okay. And when user will try to hit the google.com, this is the google.com running on some web server. Okay, some web server. So all the web application will be running on web server. So we will use the web server from now on. Okay, so what it will do is when you reach to virtual private network. Okay, okay, I need to improve this tool. I will do. Okay, so when you reach to the layer of this VPN here, what it will do, it will provide a mask to your IP. Okay, so this user will also have some IP of its device, and this VPN will provide a mask to your IP. Okay, so in this way, what will happen is, let's say you have the IP of 1.2.3.4. Okay, so in this, after getting this wrapper, it might convert this IP to the IP of, let's say, x.y.z.a. How it is converting? This VPN server is running on some other places. Okay, so it is the VPN server. So let's say I'm at India. This Google server is running on, let's say, America. This VPN server, let's say, somehow is running on some China or Japan. This China and Japan is allowed to access google.com, but India is not allowed to access google.com. So what it will do, for this Indian guy to fetch the IP and to access this google.com, what it will do, it need a VPN server which is running in some China, Japan, or some another country. What it will do, it will mask your IP with its own IP, and then it will route the traffic to the other places, let's say. for google.com, and that's why the user who is using the VPN is able to connect to those website which is not allowed in that country. And the second thing, what it will do, this VPN, this virtual private network, have a table. Okay, it have a table. It is a table which is called the routing table. Routing table. What is this? These are the rules. These are the rules. Okay. What rules? Okay. These are the rules. What rules? That if user is from India, then do not allow facebook.com. So your companies are running some virtual private network when you are at your office or when you are connected to the VPN. So that is why they are able to restrict the traffic to a certain website, and you are not able to access those websites as well. It might be possible that you are not able to link it with the current topic. That's okay. We are going to cover it in more details, but this is a question which also comes inside the DNS resolution, that if there is a VPN, then how the DNS resolver work. But it's a completely a very good topic. I will explain you in very details. So this is for the part one, and I hope you liked the explanation and I was able to answer some of the explanation or some of the question which you are getting in your mind, and I'll ask you to go and check. If you have any other doubt, you can go to the AI, you can ask the questions there as well with the topic which I just told you right now, and wait for the second one, because in the second one I'm going to teach you how these servers work and how these servers take the data, what are the protocols have been used, and why we are learning these all things, because these are the things later which we are going to modify for application to application. We are going to understand, okay, if I'm creating a Netflix, then what backend we need, how data should be transferred. So this is the foundation on which we are working. So please subscribe, follow back, comment, like, or you can just ask any of your concern. I'm ready to answer it. Thanks for watching, and wait for the second part. Thank you.